Look at this. This is their flashy impact report, full of smiling faces and clean water. Now, look at this. These are the actual bank records we uncovered. For years, a global nonprofit used my invention, my patented water filtration system, as their poster child. They built a viral charity on it, raising millions. But the math never added up. While they were using my system as a PR prop, the donations were disappearing into private accounts. We've finally cracked their books open, and the saintly image they've built is about to burn down. It all started back in 2024. This is the original prototype. And then they came along. They saw the potential, not just to help people, but to make money. Lots of it. Soon, our engineering specs, our patented technology, were all over their viral marketing campaigns. Montage after montage, they tugged at heartstrings. But then, something felt wrong. A nagging suspicion started to grow. We started tracking their impact zones, the places they claimed to have provided with clean water. The strange thing was, these areas remained some of the poorest, most desperate places. Their claims of total eradication just didn't match the reality on the ground. We were promised a revolution, but all we saw were the same old problems. That's when we knew we had to dig deeper. The first place we looked was their public annual reports. They were glossy, professional, and filled with impressive-sounding statistics. They claimed to have built thousands of wells and distributed tens of thousands of our filters. Nothing. Empty fields where a thriving community wells should have been. Barren landscapes where they claimed to have established new water sources. The pictures told a story of neglect, not progress. Then we looked at their finances, the numbers they released to the public. It was what I call impossible math. It made no sense. How could they be spending more money than they were taking in, yet still have millions left over for administrative costs? The numbers were a fantasy. We had suspicions, but no hard proof. The real books were locked away. That's when we got a breakthrough. A whistleblower, someone from inside the organization, reached out. They were disgusted by what was happening and couldn't stay silent any longer. They gave us the keys. This was our way in. Getting into their system was like breaking into a digital fortress. They had layers of security, sophisticated encryption designed to keep prying eyes out. But with the whistleblower's keys and our team's data forensic expertise, we began to carefully peel back those layers. We weren't just guessing. We were performing a digital surgery, bypassing their defenses one by one to get to the raw transaction logs, the unedited truth of where the money really went. And what we found was staggering. We uncovered what we started calling ghost projects. These were massive line items in their budget, supposedly for large-scale filter manufacturing and distribution. Millions of dollars were allocated to them. But these projects never existed. The money wasn't going to factories. These companies had no employees, no offices, just a legal address. They were black holes designed to make money disappear. We started mapping the flow of funds. It was like watching a river divert its course. Donations would come into the legitimate humanitarian accounts. Then, almost immediately, large sums would be transferred out. Your $10 donation, meant to give a child clean water, is instead being used to play the stock market for a select group of executives. They weren't just stealing. They were gambling with money meant to save lives. The deeper we dug, the clearer the picture became. This wasn't just a rogue charity. It was the front for a massive shadow corporation. We started looking into the charity's board members. These weren't just humanitarians. They were corporate sharks, connected to a vast network of laundering entities. Their entire operation was designed to clean the diverted donation money, mixing it with legitimate business profits until it was untraceable. And our invention? My water filter? It was their legal shield. They were able to claim massive tax exemptions for all their unrelated commercial ventures. They were using the goodwill generated by my work to hide their crimes in plain sight. They were parasites, latching onto something good and draining it for their own profit. We arranged meetings with the executive leadership, armed with secretly recorded devices. We laid out the proof, the transaction logs, the shell companies, the offshore accounts. We thought they might deny it, or at least be shocked. Instead, they tried to buy our silence. They offered us a cut, a portion of the laundered profits if we agreed to walk away and let them continue. They saw it as just another business negotiation. So what's the final tally? After months of forensic accounting, we calculated the total amount stolen from donors, over $32 million. $32 million that was supposed to build wells, provide filters, and save lives. In the actual number of communities left without clean water, thousands. Real people, real families, who were used as props in a marketing campaign and then forgotten. It's a story about taking back the power. We can't let them control this technology any longer. That's why today we are launching an open source initiative. We are giving the blueprints, the full engineering specs for our water filtration system, directly to the public, for free. Anyone, anywhere, can now access this technology and build it for their community. This problem is bigger than one fraudulent charity. It's a systemic issue. We've built a tool that allows you to track and verify the claims of viral charities. Before you make your next donation, use it. Check the records. Demand transparency. Let's work together to ensure that help actually reaches those who need it. Thank you for listening. Let's make a real difference.